My name is Tan Ting Lian. I was the former Chief Executive of NTUC Income. I wish to explain the approach that you can take to invest in a property for rental. Mr. Tan, the property market has corrected over the past few years due to the cooling measures imposed by the government. Is it a good time to buy a property to rent out? Is it a good investment? A property expert has provided the following data to me. He has divided Singapore into three regions called the core central, the rest of the central, and outside central region. In each region, here are the average purchase price per square foot for a new property. And here are the monthly rental per square foot for the same property, and here are the gross yield. The gross yield is the monthly rental times 12 divided by the purchase price. You can see the gross yield to be 2.9% for the core central region, 3.6% for the rest of the central region, and 3.6% for outside central region. Now the gross yield is 2.9% for the core central region and 3.6% for the rest of Singapore. As the landlord, you have to pay the monthly maintenance charges for a condo and the property tax and also insurance. You have to pay the agency fee, usually half month per year, for the property agent to find a tenant for you. You will also not get any income during any period of non-occupancy. This is the period when you look for a new tenant after the previous tenancy has expired or during the handover to the new tenant. You also have to pay for repair costs to put the property into an acceptable condition to be rented out. The expenses can take up to 30% of the rental income for a new property and a higher percentage for an older property. After deducting expenses, your net yield is reduced to 2% for the core central region and 2.5% for the rest of Singapore. This is the net yield based upon the property price and rental as at today. Mr. Tan, the yield of 2.5% is better than 0.5% payable on fixed deposit. It looks like a property is a good investment. Do you agree? You should compare the yield of 2.5% with other investments available to you, such as index fund or ETF, blue chip shares, real estate investment trust or REIT. These asset classes can give you an average yield of 5% or more over the long term. Mr. Tan, what about the capital appreciation of a property? I know of many people who have made a big profit on their property when they sell it. Should this be counted? I expect the appreciation in the property prices to be moderate in the future. That is, not at the high rates experienced in the past. The reason is the current property prices are too high relative to the average income of the buyers. I expect the property prices to stagnate or at best to appreciate with the rate of inflation, and this should be quite modest. Do not forget that shares can also appreciate in value in the future. due to inflation and growth in earnings of the company. Mr. Tan, I can buy a property with 80% financing. I only need to pay 20% as down payment. The interest rate is low now. I can repay the mortgage using the rental income. Do you agree that this is an attractive investment? It is risky to invest with borrowed money. If your property is vacant for several months, you will have financial distress. You cannot pay your mortgage. After 6 to 12 months, the bank may force sell your property at a low price. You will suffer a large loss, maybe 50% of what you paid for the property. Here are my tips on property investment. Invest in the property for your own occupation. When buying a property to be rented out, make sure you need to borrow less than 50% of the property price. Be patient and study the market closely. Wait for the property to drop by 30% from its previous peak. Summary: a property investment, like any other investment, can be risky. The past appreciation in property prices may not be repeated in the future. You have to study the risk and yield before making this large investment. There are other options to invest your money other than in a property for rental. Exercise care before you make this large investment. Tell your friends to register in this website, tankimlian.com/learn. Encourage them to watch my videos on financial planning and insurance. Thank you for watching this video.